Hey guys, right, today we are going to have a couple of shout outs for a couple of people that have replied to the videos that I've been putting on, and we're going to look at the air rifle, see if we can get some of that apart today. Should be easy, and some tips for winter riding. I think we're going to do that. So let's go to the shed.
Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody to love. Someone to love. Sweetheart to miss. Sugar to kiss. I need you. I need you. I need you in the morning.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the shed. Today, as I said, we're going to look at this air rifle. Right, first, a couple of shout outs to... Oh, it's cold. It's not cold, it's just chilly. Right, so stop your whinging, Ed. Get on with it. Right. I don't want to go on names, but this is the MRH 6976. Cheers very much for the reply. Thank you for commenting on the videos. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the comments that are made. I really do. There are some YouTubers that, you know, it's their channel. It's their channel, and if you make a bad comment or a comment that they don't like, they delete it. It's pointless. This ain't going to happen. If you make a comment that you don't like, well, that's fine. You don't like it, it's fine. I can understand that. I'm not going to name them. I'm thinking of about 3 now, and I'm not going to name them. So there you go. Anyway, back to where we was going. MRH 6976. In the one of the previous videos, might be the last one, don't know, I was talking about winter storage for your clothes, and this guy, gal, person has come back and said, why can't you use, or can you use, a pillowcase to put your sleeping bag in? It'll fluff up in that. Well, you can. There's nothing saying it. The whole idea is that you take it out of the stuff sack. You take it out of the stuff sack, whatever it is, let it all puff up, and then when you come to use it again, you will feel the benefits of it. No doubt about it. Also, which was a good tip, he, she, whoever it is, mentioned herbal tea bags. Putting herbal tea bags, or you could put a pot pura, I suppose, in the stuff, your jacket, your trousers, your like, you know, your stored stuff, not your stuff you're wearing down to Tesco's. Other supermarkets are available, but you can, the stuff you're going to store, put some smelly kind of pot puree or herbal tea bags in that stuff, and when you come to dig it out in the springtime or whenever you're going to bring it out, it should smell lovely. No. Anyway, but it's a good tip. Try that if it works for you. As far as clothing and boots, helmet and gloves go, what I would do, I would obtain them, you know, the little gel packs that you get with new shoes. They're little gel packs, and it says, every time it says, do not eat. Like you're going to eat something you just found in a brand new pair of shoes. But anyway, you also get them in, I believe, little packs of beef jerky. I think you get them in that as well, and there's a little pack in it that says do not eat. It's not sauce or nothing, so don't sprinkle it over your jerky. But they're only like £1, I think, £1 from these supermarkets, any supermarket. So yeah, so try that. It's a very good tip, and thank you very much, MRH 6976. Thank you, man. Great name, love it. Right, you also want to, or you want me to suggest or give you ideas about, or not give you ideas, Mr. Young Man, lady, person, but give ideas on YouTube about winter riding tips. Well, we'll do that. We'll do that. That's good. That's a bloody good idea, especially for those of us who will continue to ride around over the winter. Right, now again, before we start all this, apologies. I'm still not. I don't know how long this is going to take to get better. It's similar to pleurisy that I've got, so it'll go when it goes. I don't know when it will go, but anyway, we'll carry on. It won't let me get beaten. Okay, right. So we'll do that. All right. So back to the notes. If I don't write it down, I'll forget it. So I've got to write it down. Gary Wilson. Gary Wilson, cheers, mate. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for commenting. Appreciate it. Really, really do. Said, I did say that when you're out camping, if you've got an open fire on your stove or wherever, if you've not got a pot or a container to cook food in, you can cook it in the tin that it comes in. Shouldn't start doing that. Which is correct. You can, if you've got a tin of don't know, ravioli, spaghetti, things like that, meatballs. I like the tins of mini veg or mixed veg, mini potatoes and stewed steak. It's 3 tins, but I like it, and they're only tiny, so they're really good value, really worth having, and fills your belly up, which is the main thing with hot food, right? But you can also eat them cold because they're already cooked. You're just warming them up. Right. Tinned food is, no, I'm not going to go into that because that could cause problems. But what he did say, what Gary Wilson did say was, you have to watch the tins because some of them are plastic lined. I don't know what ones are what, and you're just going to have to play it by ear. You've got to open the tin anyway. You can't leave it with the top on while you cook it because the thing will explode and it will kill you. Well, it might do. That was like a health and safety warning. Well, I don't want to do that. Anyway, so when you take the top off, have a look inside. I guess if you get a knife or something like that, scrape down the edge of the inside of the tin. You should know whether it's plastic lined or not. The other way of finding out is just the hard way. As soon as you put it on the flames or the heat, the plastic's going to melt. So there you go. So that's good advice. It's good tips, and thank you very much for making them comments. All right. Okay. Good enough. Right. Let's have a quick look at the air rifle. Right, here we go. There's Charlie the cat. Did I introduce you to Charlie? I did, didn't I? He's huge. Here we go. Like a mountain lion. He's just so big. Hey Charlie. Come on. They say that cats don't understand you. I mean, I don't understand cats. They meow their head off and I've no idea. Every time a cat meows, I just think it's asking for food, which it inevitably is. Where are you? No. No. Excuse me, I'm just fussing the cat. Come on in. Come on. Come on. You meow at me. No? Okay. Right, there you go. See? Meowing at me. I've no idea what he wants, but I'm guessing it's food. Don't jump up there. Right, hold on a minute. Alright, that's one happy pussy, I might add. Anyway, quick slurp of tea, you know, that makes sense. screwdriver. From what I can make out, there's only 2 screws, and I've never ever taken this apart. I don't know how it comes apart, so I'm just going to undo things until things come off. It really is gone. I mean, the spring's gone, and you know, it's really gone, but it's got a lot of sentimental value, so I'm going to take this apart and we'll find out. Short lookers. Alright. See, I thought that would be like self-tapper, but it's not. It's a screw that goes into the metal, obviously. Right, put that there safe. Turn it over. Charlie's coming back. Charlie's coming back. Charlie, I'm not feeding you. I'm horrible like that. Oh, okay. So there's another one. And they have a little, I call them spring washers. I call these spring washers. Let's have a look. Some people call them, that's obviously not very sprung, but I call them spring washers. Right, now they were the only 2 screws, so I'm guessing they're the only things holding this shebang in. Shebang. Yeah? Right, Charlie's walking around the shed now. Charlie's walking around Ed's shed. Right, let's take these off. Let's take this off. I really have no idea how this comes apart. So you guys out there in air rifle land, let me know. Help me out. That's definitely a wood screw. That's definitely a wood screw. That's definitely a wood screw. Right. And you guys in rifle land, you've got to let me know. You've got to let me know something. Ah, here we go. Now we're talking. Oh yeah, that's it. That's good. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy. That is right into the metal, that is. Right, but you guys in rifle land, or air rifle land, what's that hole for in the cover for the trigger? What's that hole for? I should make that kind of a prize or a gift or something, shouldn't I? I'm going to think about that. Right, and away we go. And there we have it. Now this is one piece of wood. Sorry, I went off camera there talking, so how rude of me. Let me just turn you around. This is one piece of wood. It has seen better days, but it is one piece of wood, one piece of solid wood. And I'm gonna really go to town. I'm gonna rub this down, varnish it, make it all very delectable and lovely again. But that'll be for another day, another video. This is the business end. That's really very basic. Air rifles are very basic. I do know a bit about guns. You've got a spring, and what you do is you cock the barrel, which puts the spring on a catch, and when you pull that trigger, that releases the catch, releases the spring, bangs the pellet out the other end. That's basically it. So what I've got to do now is I've got to, oh there you go, yeah, I've got to undo that, and that will be joined on to everything else, but we're going to do that on another video. Slowly catchy monkey, as they say in slowly catchy circles. Right. Okay, so, oh god, I said so. Right, we've got 2 projects on the go then. I've got the old bread bin, which was made of wood, and I've still got the ideas in my head for that. ideas in their head and doing it is something different. I should really make a drawing of some kind. I should write it down of some kind, but I roughly know what I'm going to do with the bread bin. I'll tell you what it is. I've got a load of spare sockets with 1/2 inch drive. I've got a 1/2 inch drive ratchet, and I've got a socket box full of little sockets, and a small ratchet, and all of them have got nowhere to go. So I'm going to turn that old bread bin into a socket box, which kind of makes sense to any idiot really, doesn't it? Especially this one. So anyway, that's that project. I've got the air rifle project going on. So these things are going to develop over the weeks. I'm going to try and do this every week so we can keep an eye on it and keep tabs on what's going on, and it will be good. But back to MRH 16796 24, whatever. Good. Motorcycle riding tips in the winter. Slurp. I think my best and biggest advice is, if you've not got to go out, don't go out. And I'm talking when it's ice, when it's cold. If it's if it's ice out, off, you know, that bloody cold. If you've not got to go out, don't go out. That's the best advice I can give you. You're on a motorcycle. It's got 2 wheels. Even if you put your feet down, you won't save it. Now, I had many years ago. I was 19, 20, 21. It was the same time. I was 21, the same time the Falklands. So I was 21. Yeah, that's another story. But I had a XS 1100 Yamaha. For those that know what an XS 1100 Yamaha is, it's a monster. It's a big bike. I'm not a big fella, and it was a big bike. I went straight from a 250 Kawasaki, which was a pile of shit, to this XS 1100. I didn't want to do the middle bit, the 650 to 750, or the 550, 650, 750, or the GS 850, which were all nice bikes. I went straight to the 1100. I couldn't see the point of wasting my money on the other bikes for a couple of years until I got the bike that I really wanted, which was always the XS 1100. All of my friends had 1000s. I wanted a BGM. Anyway, and it weren't the Euro one with the teardrop tank. It was it wasn't the American one with the S, with the teardrop tank and the round mag wheel things. It was the Euro one, the big bulbous tank on it, and one of the interesting features was, I mean, it was 1100 cc's. Kicking over this thing was you could stand on the kickstart and it wouldn't move. But the kickstart weren't on the side of the engine, it was tucked underneath the battery. And when you wanted the kickstart, you pulled the rubber bung off the kickstart spline, connected the kickstarter, and then you could kick it over. I mean, if your battery was flat, well, you know. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Winter riding. Weather forecast. Weather forecasting in this day and age is virtually bang on. They are that good these days. It really is bang on. It isn't like your fella, oh, don't worry, Mrs. Mills, it's not going to be windy tomorrow, and suddenly we're all in trouble because our houses are blown down. Weather forecasting is bang on. It's pretty good. Pay attention to it. If it says it's going to snow, don't go out, because you will get cold. Which is why I brought the XS 1100 for, because which is why I brought that subject up, because weatherman said it was going to be snow, didn't believe him, woke up, thought, oh shit, it snowed out, but I had to get to work. Now where I lived, you could see the main road, which was fairly clear. It had one lane open of the 2 on my side, one lane open of the 2 on the other side. And I thought, and I worked in central London, lived in southeast London. Those of you that live in big cities know that ice and snow doesn't stay in the inner cities. It all melts away because of the volume of traffic. So I thought, if I can just get to that road, I can go to work. Went downstairs, got all my gear on, which I'll come to in a minute, and I tried to negotiate the snow on my bike. Well, firstly, that was a really silly thing to do. And secondly, when I got to the end of my road and had to turn left to get onto the main road, when I went to turn left, all I did was go straight forward, which was just about the most irritating, pain in the arse thing at the time. Because what goes through your mind is then, well, if I can't turn left, I can't turn round to get home. So you can't even, you can't even pull the thing. It's an XS 1100. It's huge. Luckily, there was where I lived. The flats were built over the road, so there was a stretch of road that was undercover. No snow, no ice. It was all clear under that. So I just kept going forward till I got to there, and I was able to turn it around on the semi-dry tarmac, and I was managed to get it back to my flats. Now, when I got back to the flats, the ordeal weren't over. I got into where the garages were. I'll tell you where it was. It was a place called Thamesmead. Look up Thamesmead on your thingies and you'll get an idea. I lived in one of them block of flats. But when I got back, there was rain gullies and rain channels in the concrete, obviously from when it rains. But these rain channels had iced up, and I got my bike. As I was going down, my bike got in one of these rain channels and just went. It just went from under me. I wasn't going fast, I was going walking pace, but it went from under me. Well, you got all your gear on, you're annoyed anyway, and now your bike's fell over and you've got to pick the bastard thing up. Well, wasn't very happy. Who should pull up next to me but a police sergeant? "All right there, Sonny, having a bit of problem," he said. "No shit, Sherlock." Well, he helped me up, and I got to underneath the garages, put my bike away, went up indoors, got my gear off, and had a cup of tea. But the lesson was learnt. Pay attention to the weather forecast. Right, but if you have got to go out, you've got to follow the rules. The rules are firstly to look after yourself. And what I mean is, get a hot drink inside you, get something warm inside you, some when you got Weetabix or some shreddies or some porridge oats, something like that, but a warm milk version of a breakfast. If you want to go for a cooked breakfast, some bacon, sausage, egg, baked beans, something that's going to warm you up and fill you up. So you've got to look after yourself first, because if you're cold, then that don't work. It really don't. If your body's cold, that starts wandering. So you don't want that to happen. Secondly, your gear. Your gear has got to be good. You've got to put layers on. You've got to put long johns. You've got to put some decent socks on, not thin socks. Or if you're going to put thin socks, put 2 pairs of thin socks on. You put long johns on. If you've got waterproofs that aren't lined, pair of good trousers, pair of thick trousers. If you want a pair of thick trousers, in this country and in Europe, I don't know what you get in America or Australia, but in this country and in Europe, you've got they're German work trousers, German roofing trousers, and they're really good. They're really thick. I'll have to dig them out one day and show you. They're brilliant for motorcycling. Anyway, but you want a nice pair of decent layers underneath your waterproofs. You've got to get some padded waterproofs or lined waterproofs. I've got 2 pairs because I have. If you tell, there's an old saying, 1 pair is none, 2 pair is one. And what that means is, if you've got 1 pair and it breaks or tears or anything happens, you've got none. But if you've got 2 pairs of something or 2 sets of something, if one goes wrong, you've still got 1. That's your get out of jail card. I don't know, couldn't think of an analogy, but that's the thing. 1 is none, 2 is 1. All right? Okay. Now, your top half, again, you've got to look after it. Layers. You want, if you can get a thermal layer on the base layer, then a t-shirt, then a jumper, and then your coat. And once again, it's got to be a lined thermal coat, otherwise you'll freeze. If you can get any of the heated gear, heated gloves, they do heated boots, heated jacket. I've got a heated jacket. It warms all the lumbar region of my back up, and I would not go anywhere without it. Even if the temperature comes down, bloody cat walking on a roof now, even if the temperature comes down below 10 degrees, I take the heated jacket with me because you don't need to get chilly. I think that kind of covers. You've got to think about it. Use your brain. Wear layers. There's a lot of discussion about wool and synthetic products. Wool, it's one or the other now, but wool is very good, but your synthetic products out there are really good. If you can buy some thermal stuff, I don't recommend buying it online. I really don't. I don't recommend buying anything online that you're going to wear next to your skin, because you just don't know. You just don't know how good it is. If you go down to the shop or go down to the suppliers and try this stuff on, or put your hands in this stuff and feel it, get tactile with it, that's the idea. Because if you buy it online and it's a load of old crap, well, you've done your money, you know, and it's wasted time. You've wasted time, you've wasted money. You've got to put the effort into getting good gear. If you put the effort into getting good gear, then it will last you. And if you've got to look after it, it will last you. I only wear my waterproofs. I've had them now. Blind, what day is it? I've had them 6-7 years. 6 or 7 years I've had my waterproofs. Me Triumphs. They're Triumph's own stuff. I think I've had them 6 or 7 years. I don't wear them all year round. I just wear them when it's cold and wet. And I tell you what, they're brilliant. They really are good. The waterproof trousers have let me down a couple of times because I've been in that much bloody rain. They had no choice. I've like a drowned rat. But they really are good. They're warm. They keep you warm. And that's the important thing. But it's all about your base layers. You've got to keep your base layers warm. What I would suggest is, if you're going out in the cold, and it really is cold, because remember you've got your speed, and then you've got your wind chill factor. Right, wind chill factor is how fast it is at a certain wind. So if it's normally 5 degrees, if you're going through the air at 30 miles an hour, the wind chill factor at 30 miles an hour might be -3. So I'm just giving you an example. So you've got to think of that. Don't think about what the temperature is, 5 degrees. You've got to think about how cold it is when you are going along. A great tip is these. You get hand warmers and the pocket heat pads and things like that. You get them in the fishing shops because fishermen use them all the time. We're not silly, are they? They want to stay warm in the night while they're sitting there freezing their nuts off. I'm not a fisherman, so I don't know. But these heat pads, put one at the bottom of your back, put one on your chest. Keep your chest warm. If you can, I don't know if you can, you might be able to, but if you can, put a couple there, one on top of each shoulder, one at the bottom of your back, and one on your chest. It will keep you warm. You might think, well, that's a lot of bloody heat pads, but you'll feel the benefit of it. And if you're determined to go out on silly freezing cold nights, then you've got to do that. Right, well, you're out there, you've got your gear on, you're cooking now, you're sweating because you've put so much stuff on. But your bike's died, leave your bike running. Please warm the bike up. It's freezing cold, don't get on your bike and just ride it. Warm your bike up. Very, very important. I won't go into it, the oils and the fuel and all that, but you need to warm that engine up properly. Right. As you go down the road, you'll see dry patches, you'll see wet patches. If it's wet, take it easy. Just take it easy. Don't go fast. treat the conditions like you're scared of them, because you should be. When it comes to you riding a motorcycle in bad conditions, the conditions are boss, and the conditions dictate what you do. So if it's wet, slow down. You know, the guys are overtaking you, don't care. Your main priority is your safety and you getting to the other end in one piece. So slow down. Don't be tempted to go fast because you feel like, you know, it ain't too bad. Don't do it. If it's icy, which it can do, you might start off in the afternoon, but by 6 o'clock in the winter, the temperature has fallen through the floor. Suddenly you're getting ice patches on the road. Well, the first time you hit an ice patch, you will know about it, because it's the weirdest feeling. You'll be going down a road, you'll hit an ice patch, and suddenly everything just relaxes. Everything just goes silly. You've got no control over the road. You've got no control over your bike. It just goes loose until you get to the other end of that ice patch. Might be a millisecond, a second, 2 seconds, whatever, and then the bike will come back to life. It's the weirdest feeling, but you really don't want to do it. But again, just take your time. Watch out for the road conditions. Ice isn't easy to see because it's clear. Ice ain't easy to see, but when you've got it, you'll know about it. If it's snowing, I've ridden a bike in snow, that's just weird as well, because undoubtedly you'll have a visor of some kind. You'll be stupid to wear an open face crash helmet with no face protection, a visor, when it's snowing or icy, because you will freeze your face, no doubt about it. But snow settles on your visor, so you spend the whole time cleaning your visor, you know, just wiping the bloody thing all the time, and it's not nice. I've driven in snow, I've ridden in snow, I didn't like it, I don't want to do it again. I mean, I've ridden in snow when I've been out, and then suddenly on the way back it started snowing. I didn't see it coming, caught me off guard. How stupid was I? Don't do it. What else can I say? Basically that's it. I'm running out of breath, so basically that's it. Layers, heat pads, bottom of the back, chest, tops of the arms, if you can. If you've only got two, chest, bottom of the back. If you've only got one, bottom of the back. All right. If you can invest, you don't have to invest in these heated things all at once. There's nothing that says you've got to buy the hands, the jacket, the boots, the trousers, whatever. Buy them slowly. Buy you know, your heated jacket 1 year, which is the most important one in my opinion. Buy your heated jacket 1 year. When they come up in the sale in the springtime, buy heated gloves. It doesn't matter when you buy them. It matters you've got them when you need to use them. That's the idea. You buy them in the sales and then use them in the following winter. I've had them waterproof 6 or 7 years. I use them I've not used them at all this year. It doesn't matter. I've still got them. That's what matters. That's the thing. If you've got it, you can use it. If you ain't got it, you can't use it. That's it. Right, let's check my notes. See if there's anything I've forgotten. Winter riding tips, tea pads in the clothes, blood of the helmet, cooking in tins. I think that's about it. But you've just got to be sensible. Slow down. Don't worry about the other traffic. Your safety is paramount. Don't get caught out. Watch the weather forecast. Wrap yourself up warm, like your nan used to tell you to do. You're going to have a coat on. But layers. Take notice of the conditions. Take notice of the roads. Listen to the weather forecast, and make sure you keep your body warm through eating or heating. Right? Eating and heating. Kind of same thing. Your food turns into sugar, your sugar turns into energy, energy turns into heat, and the heat turns into you being lovely and cooking. So there you go. Right. I don't know if I've missed anything. Let me know. Please let me know. I really do appreciate the comments. But next time we'll do a bit more on the rifle. There's not much to do on it, so we'll do a little bit each time. I want to get it rubbed down and get that handle varnished and all properly looking good. I'm going to need a new spring for the air rifle, so I'll try and figure that out, but I've got to take it apart first, put it and oil it, put it all back together. The bread bin socket case box, still going in my mind what I'm going to do with that and how I'm going to do it, because you've got to have a lid where to put hinges, all shit like, pardon me, shit like that. Right, I really am running out of breath, so it's time for me to au revoir. Thanks for watching. Please comment, and I'll see you again next time. Stay clear of the loonies, there's plenty of them out there. Oh, I met one in the other day. Oh, before we go, Tesco's the other day, a car parked diagonally, so his front wing was stopping me opening my back door, and I squeezed past, and he had to go at me because I was parked a little bit over. Anyway, long story. I've exercised that demon anyway. It was an interesting conversation. I think I said to him one time, I said, what do you want to do about it? Do you want to get out? And he went, yeah. So he got out of his car. I said, what are you going to do about it now? He went, well, you do something. I went, I don't want to do anything. What do you want to do? He went, well, I'll knock you out. I went, well, knock me out then. And he didn't. He just walked away, calling me names. So anyway, you do get them. So stay clear. I didn't follow my own advice. Stay clear of the loonies, so you'll become one.